Thanks a lot for being interested in spectacular Shatter buddies. This video is mainly aimed at somewhat more than casual Smash players, specifically Melee or Project M, and I hope to alleviate most of the confusion regarding the differences between Shatter buddies and Smash. If you're a newbie, make sure to watch the beginner video first, but feel free to have a look at this video as well, since I will try to explain all advanced Smash techniques mentioned, if they are also present in Shatter buddies. If the default control scheme is too unorthodox for you, you can switch to the classic control configuration. Press F1 to view a cheat sheet in-game. You can always turn around instantly and you can attack into any direction, regardless of your movement direction. Side aerials turn your character around in the air too. Such can some other attacks, which is mostly character dependent. This also means you can grab the ledge regardless of the direction you are facing. There are also wave dashes in this game, which are performed just like in Melee or Project M, by jumping and air dodging diagonally into the ground immediately. You can buffer the air dodge in the jump squad, so doing frame perfect wave dashes is easy as long as you input them at least one frame apart. Buffered, you can input the air dodge entirely horizontal for a maximum length wave dash. Wave landing works just like in Melee, but is a little more lenient in that you can input an air dodge downwards while still penetrating the platform a bit. This does enable some characters to jump onto platforms they could not land on without wave landing. There is no walking, so if you tilt the stick fully into one direction, you will reach maximum speed. Still, like in Melee, if you flick the control stick quickly, you will dash, meaning you will have your velocity set to your dash speed. If you have left the dash a certain amount of time ago, turning around will also take noticeably longer, so dash dancing is still possible and very useful. There is no L cancelling, but auto cancelling works just the same, with landing lag being significantly lower in the auto cancelled and non-auto cancelled case. There are light and heavy attacks, but each with their own button. This is also true in the air, meaning you have 3 light and 3 heavy aerials, one forward, one down and one up each. If you leave the stick neutral, you will do a different attack depending on character, but usually the forward attack. There are not just different buttons for each attack type, but also light, heavy and special modifiers, which allow you to use the right control stick for light, heavy or special attacks respectively. If you do not hold the modifier down while using the stick, the type of attack done will depend on your control configuration. There are also only 3 different specials: forward, up and down. There is no shield, but rather a block, which you can do indefinitely and that will never break. You do take chip damage though, and usually receive a lot more knockback and block stun than in Smash. You can roll and spot dodge like in Smash, but spot dodging is done by pressing the stick up, since there is no tap jump, and pressing the stick down will result in a shield drop while on platforms. You may also buffer rolls, spot dodges and jumps while holding down the appropriate input while in block stun. Note how I press the control stick or jump button while still in block stun and hold it until block stun is over and the buffered action happens. Spot dodges are a proper grab counter now, putting the grabbing player into hit stun for a short time. You can also perform a shield grab or block grab while pressing grab, light or heavy attack while blocking. This action is not bufferable in block stun. Like in Smash, pressing the block button while in hit stun just before hitting the surface will buffer attack, which will let you avoid a knockdown. In Shatter buddies, you can air dodge out of tumble. When you grab a player, you cannot pummel them, but throw like in Smash by tilting the stick into a direction. You can also buffer the throw by just holding the stick into that direction while performing the grab, which is what I did in all 3 throws I just showed you. There is neither crouching nor crouch cancelling, but there is a parry, which is supposed to replace both power shielding and crouch cancelling. It is performed by letting go of block just before you get hit. It will immediately make you actionable and will grant you half a second of invincibility. When you parry projectiles, they are reflected and the strength is increased. Regular DI is just like in Melee. Note how I tilt the stick down and out, and up and in. There is no real SDI except one single input of ASDI. In Shatter buddies, it's called PI for positional influence, and is performed by holding the right control stick into a direction in hit lag that will move the defending player slightly after the last frame of hit lag. Note how I hold the right control stick fully to the left and the player is moved slightly to the left after every hit. There is no teetering or invisible walls while attacking, so you can run off the ground while doing ground attacks. You can also roll off edges. At the ledge you have less pre-scripted options, but may merely let go by pressing away or down, or jump directly off it by pressing the jump button. You will only receive invincibility by grabbing the ledge 3 times before you have to touch the ground to receive it again. If you let go of the ledge before your ledge grab invincibility ends, you will receive some extra for letting go. If you let go after the ledge grab invincibility ended, you will not receive any extra. There is no get up attack you can perform from a knockdown, but regular get up and rolls. There is no stale move negation, but there is hit stun scaling that increasingly will reduce the amount of hit stun while keeping knockback the same if you hit the same sequence of moves multiple times. This is supposed to somewhat reduce effectiveness of easy chain grabs and prevent potential infinites altogether. There are customizable controls, but not through a menu yet. You may edit so-called control configs, examples of which you can find in app data, Shatter bodies, and then control configs. These files belong to the default control configurations. So far, the game contains all extra functionality I used for debugging, many of which resembling features known from training modes in other games or 20xx. Some of them are reachable through the menu and keyboard shortcuts, others are listed in a screen you can view by pressing F3 anywhere in the game. Again, you can press F3 to view the per player debug toggles. If you have further questions, find this video and are interested to try the game, want to discuss or criticize my design choices, or slander me for having different opinions about your favorite game, please join the Discord server and talk to me. I'd be happy to hear what you think.